Good.
How happy are you to have landed here, given the timing of the release from the Jets?
Yeah, very excited. You know, it was kind of a tough transition, like you said, kind of being released late in the off season there in June, and trying to figure out where my next home is going to be. Only a few months away, but I had a few teams, about 5 teams I spoke to, but Tennessee was the first one to call, and really the most interested, and everything about it just worked perfect for me.
How much help in transition if your new home is your home, I guess, in a lot of ways?
Well, it takes a lot of stress off, especially you got 2 little kids, and traveling isn't easy all the time. So to be able to stay home and have that made the transition a lot easier for me.
How do you feel physically now, and what did last year do for you in terms of getting away from the game a little bit?
I feel great. I feel it's the best I've felt in quite some time. I had a few lingering injuries last year that unfortunately just had to get taken care of, and being away from the game was hard because I just kind of took it for granted being in year 7 and being away, having to wash it from my home and on crutches, in a sling. It kind of fueled my fire a little bit. So I had a great off season. Got some extended time with family, but got some extended time to work, myself physically and get in good shape.
Got an opportunity to meet and work out with Marcus this off season a couple weeks ago, right?
Yep.
How did that go? Can you tell us about that?
It was great. That was something I was hoping for, and we made it work. We got a couple good days in where, the biggest thing is just getting to know each other. That's one thing. We both played enough football that during training camp we can kind of get the patterns and get the timing and stuff. But to be able to trust one another, build that relationship, know that, where my head's at in the game was important. And just meeting some other wide receivers, again, building that camaraderie was big for me just to kind of fit myself in this locker room.
What do you think about him from afar, and now that you have kind of gotten to know him a little bit? What do you think about
Marcus?
him? Yeah.
I always knew he's a dynamic quarterback. He really can throw and run and had a successful college career. I thought he did really well as a young quarterback in the NFL to really, play and manage the way he did last year especially. And I think he throws an unbelievable ball. He's got this attitude and kind of this demeanor about him that you could tell he's going to have a lot of success in this league. And I'm excited just to get more time with him. That was a short stint. So throughout these next few weeks when we're in film study on the football field, I'll get to learn a lot about him.
Who was there when you guys were working out together?
There's a good number of us. There's probably 8 or 9 of us, 10 of us, a few QBs. So there's a good number of guys.
What excites you about being a part of this offense, Eric?
Say again?
What excites you about being a part of this specific offense?
Well, I know that we got 2 great running backs, and in this league, you gotta run the football to win. You kind of see that, if you watch any of these Super Bowl teams, New England. I know they got one of the best quarterbacks of all time, but they run the football, and they do it successfully. And to be able to balance that, knowing that we have a good young group and some older veterans in here, just the mix. I love the energy. I just love, Robisky. I got to meet him back in 2010 during my draft time, and just think he's a great guy. And I think this philosophy fits me well as far as kind of the run with pass to complement it.
When you came in, how much conversation was there about the role, or how much was it come in, get in the mix, bust it, and sort of stuff like that?
And we talked a little bit about role, but I think at the end of the day, you got to kind of earn your role. I pride myself on knowing really all positions and be able to be flexible and play anywhere. So I just want to be able to fit in and help where I can. And I don't care where that is, outside, inside, situational, whatever. I just want to win some football games, and I think this team has a lot of capability to do that.
You see yourself as having a role with some of the younger wide receivers also, Eric? Is that something they're expecting from you too?
Yeah, that's something we talked about, and I hope so. That just with my experience and some of the success I've had, playing in Denver, be able to speak upon that and kind of share just my wisdom and what it takes to sustain, I guess, a career and try to be consistent with it. And so hopefully I can bring that to the table and help some guys.
Why do you believe you've been so successful over the last several years, particularly in the red zone?
I wouldn't say that. It's hard to put something or a word on my game. I think it's just grind every day. It's just being dependable, being consistent. That relationship with the quarterback is important, especially in the red zone. Any situation, third down, red zone, there's a lot of pressure on them. They got to trust that you're going to come up with a play, and if you do that consistently, that's where you kind of build that trust with the quarterback. So I wouldn't say there's any specific thing besides just kind of the hard work and the effort throughout the weeks preparing for games.
Right after you signed, you spoke, I think, with Jimmy about your experience with Peyton Manning. Can you just kind of expand on that a little bit? Tell us what it was like.
Yeah, that was very important for my career. I got to play 2 years in Denver with Peyton, and I just learned a lot as far as the preparation. Not even preparation for games on Sundays, but what you do leading up to practice, how you watch tape, how you take care of your body, the extra things before and after practice, all the things that come together. And when it's a big situation on a third down or even a first down throughout a game, you practiced it maybe 6-7 weeks ago, but we've done it and we've practiced that situation. I think that's very key in this game because you only get so many opportunities, and I think we did well as far as capitalizing those in Denver. Hopefully, can bring that.
What are some of the things that you do like about this system that you said it's a good fit for you?
Well, knowing Marcus' ability to not only throw in the pocket but get out of the pocket and move around a little bit, the way we run the football here, you get a lot more opportunities one-on-one. You expect people to bring an extra guy in the box, so all those things, were eye-opening, and I just felt I could fit in this system, and I was comfortable with Terry Bisky and just knowing Marcus is at a good point in his career and wanted to help some younger receivers out and see them blossom and be successful.
It's been a big issue here for a long time, even as the receivers have gotten more precise and exacting, that they're not precise and exacting enough. You talked about the preparation stuff. How much is your game about getting to the right spot, getting to the right depth, having the right timing?
That's all my game, and I think that's, like I said, that's how you build a consistent, reliable, rapport about yourself is you just do the things right. Maybe not the fastest guy or the quickest guy or strongest guy, but if you do things consistently right over a long period of time, you're going to have success. And that starts with preparation. That starts with honing in on the details, and sometimes during training camp especially, you kind of get tired, you get fatigued, but that's when the things are won and lost throughout the season is when you could do that when you're fatigued.
What do you know about the teams, the other receivers, and what do you think about the group as a whole?
I love the group. I'm not one to compare right now. It's too early against other teams, but I could tell there's a lot of potential in that room, and I'm excited about it. Now it's up to us on how we gel and how we come together and how we perform. That's going to take some time, and hopefully will show up when we start this football season.
About the team as a whole, Eric, how much was that interaction to you, just the fact that this appears to be a team on the rise, good young roster?
It was a big factor. Like I said, I know some guys well in the locker room, had some good conversations, and just felt the energy, the attitude, the direction this team was going. I wanted to be a part of it, and I think we got a lot of talent, and we just got to figure out a way to put it on the field at the right time and capitalize.
After what happened with the Jets, is there any added motivation to kind of prove that you still got that love?
I felt like I was having a great off season, and I think it's just an unfortunate situation that they're going through, and that's kind of the direction they wanted to go. So my feel is always playing the underdog role. I always felt like I've been an underdog, and I want to leave my career, leave my mark, and I think that's kind of my motivation. But those external motivations sometimes, they help, but sometimes they kind of get clouded in your head. So I try to keep them away and just focus on, what I want to accomplish.
Wide receivers blocking is a big part of the offensive scheme here. What are your thoughts on your ability to do that? How much do you enjoy blocking versus, catching touchdowns?
Well, obviously, it's hard to, compare anything to catching touchdown, but that's part of the game. And you got running backs picking up blitzes and putting their heads in there for you to, get a chance downfield. It's our responsibility to hit a safety or get the block so they can, get an edge. And I think it just complements each other. If we're blocking for them, they're going to be blocking for us. And it is an important part of the game, and I'm not afraid to stick my head in there. Obviously it's easier when you're 22, 23, but I still got it.
You get to sleep in your own bed, or you ever have a
I'm at the hotel. It's kind of an escape for me. Got a 2 and a 3-year-old.
Being in Denver and New York, have you seen the differences on teams that expect to win, and how do you bring that to a locker room?
Yeah. I mean, yes. I think it starts really with an attitude and really the idea of knowing you can, accomplish those things when things are hard, when your back's against the wall, knowing that you could trust one another and be successful. And I think we have that attitude. It helps when you have a Peyton Manning or a guy that kind of corralled the offense and even the defense, even as a team. You got to feed off one another. But that's something that's really bred through the off season and during training camp. Is just that attitude of knowing when you got to come through, you can do it.
Thanks for the time.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Eric.
You care about this, Jim? That's a very bold decision. Hi, Jim. How we doing?
Logan, we just talked to Eric, and you need to get him, I guess. What's the team getting in Eric Decker?
Good player, veteran, hard worker, guy who likes to block, guy can catch the ball, catch it deep, catch it intermediate. So, yeah, played against him for years, and obviously he's been an extremely productive player in this league, and we'll take as many good players as we can get.
What's the feeling for you as you begin your fifth training camp, but
Yeah.
your first here in Tennessee?
Oh, excited, man. I'm extremely excited. Feels like a kid, first day of school. A lot to learn with this team, and I'm just excited to go out there and compete every day, make the receivers better, make myself better, one day at a time, make everybody better, and just try to be a good corner out there for the team, do what they're asking me to do, and just have fun and bring energy and, a positive attitude to the room and to the defense and to the team every day.
Your winning pedigree is part of what they kind of bought with you. How do you translate that into what they want?
Yeah, winning pedigree is a cool term, but, I just think it's just about, hard work. I'm a hard worker. I'm blue collar. I came in this league in the third round. Wasn't a first-round guy or anything like that. I had to fight for everything I got in this league, and that's what I'm doing here. I think I've had my best couple weeks off in a form of training. I think it's the hardest I've ever trained, to come out here and work hard for the guys, earn the respect of my teammates, respecting my coaches, and show them that I'm the guy that they want me to be.
Did you add different things to your workouts then? Did you add some different things to your workouts this offseason?
No, stick to the same thing. Just push it hard. I train in Phoenix at Fisher Sports for years now, and Curtis Riley's out there with me this year, and a whole bunch of other guys from around the league, and it's a good collective group of working hard in that Phoenix heat. So it's hopefully get me ready for this Nashville heat.
What's the challenge, Logan, I guess, of not only you, but some of the other guys coming in this year as sort of new parts of the secondary? Does it take a while for everybody to kind of gel in there and get on the same page as one another?
I mean, to be at a high level, it definitely takes, the more reps, the better. But, the good thing about this group is underrated, a bunch of guys who want to prove themselves in this league, a bunch of players people might not know. And that's awesome. That's how I was, at some point in my career. And that's how you got to be every year, because as soon as you think you got it at this position, it's the quickest position to get the blame, this in quarterback and maybe left tackle, which are tough positions to play. But that's why we take the field. And, Dick LeBeau said it takes a lot of pride to play corner at this level. So as a group, we got to go out there. We got to just play for one another. And, that stuff will happen in training camp. But it's just going out there and competing. And that starts with me competing and everybody else doing that and earning the jobs that are out there.
You've been on a team that's won a couple Super Bowls. How do you like what you've seen around here and maybe what this team has been building so far?
Every team that's won a Super Bowl start off 0-0 and start off with a first day of training camp. So what I've done in the past is irrelevant to this team. All I can do is just learn from that and come out here like any other year and work hard, have a good first day, pass this conditioning test, and make sure everyone else passes the conditioning test, and then we'll take it from there. But Super Bowls and all that stuff has nothing to do with, where we're at right now.
It's not a test, it's an assessment. You buy that?
Yeah, it's a test if you fail it. I know that. So, I've been running, so I'm pretty confident in it. But we'll see. So we'll see what coach does.
What did you learn during your rookie season in New England that you can help kind of impart on Dory?
Like I said, man, I'm in Tennessee now. What I've learned in the past, I think it kind of doesn't have much to do. That's 4 years ago. I barely remember that. So. Dory came in. He had a good spring. He learned multiple positions. He's a smart guy, so he needs to just build on that, have his athleticism, which Dory does some things that I can't do, and I do some things that maybe Dory needs to do better. But at that job, Dory just needs to come in, be a team player, which he has been, learn the defense, which he has been, and just keep taking the steps, because for any rookie right now, it's a lot getting thrown at him.
That's one of the top off-season acquisitions here, though. Do you get the sense that some of the younger guys are really looking up to you and following you?
Yeah, I would say so. But me being a leader and all that stuff is nothing I'm trying to force upon anybody. I'm just trying to go out there and set an example through my work ethic, through how I prepared, through how I'm going to run this conditioning test, through tomorrow's practice. I'm just going to go out there and just try to compete with these receivers, compete with Marcus and all the quarterbacks, and then I think we want a group that's going to work hard, that's going to be not afraid of any challenge, any receiver in front of us, and is really going to play for one another, and that's all I'm trying to do.
How did Marcus look to you during off-season workouts? Marcus looked like Marcus to me. I mean, I don't know a lot of what to compare Marcus to, but since it's my first time practicing with him, but I'll let Marcus talk about how he's doing and how he's feeling and all that stuff. But he looked like a pretty good player to me.
I think Coach Malarkey said maybe one time during the offseason that some of the concepts might be a little bit more complex here with Dick LeBeau's scheme than what you had in the past. I wonder if that has been the case for you so far, and how you're adapting to that if that is the case.
Dick LeBeau's been running his scheme for a long time. It's obviously extremely successful in what he does, being a Hall of Fame coach and player. It's just different terminology. It's just learning a different language. But if you understand the principles of football, which I think I'm a student of the game in that sense, and spend a lot of time watching film and understanding football, then you just got to be able to relate that new subject, that new language, the best way you can learn. it. Like in school, some people were flashcard guys, some people were did things other ways. So me, I'm just a guy who needs to listen to it, write it down, and go back and study it. I think I've done a good job of that so far, so we'll see what it's like, repping it.
Are you more comfortable lining up on a single
No, I'm all over the place, man. I played snaps all over. I'm comfortable where the team needs me to be. Hopefully, it's on the field. So anywhere on that thing, maybe except for Jarrell Casey and Orakpo position. Everything else, I feel like I'm able to do.
Have you done extra homework on some of the guys in the AFC South that you'll be seeing on a regular basis now?
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm definitely been watching a lot of Oakland tape, watching those guys already, and I watch a bunch of receivers who I'm going to go up against potentially in teams, and I watch myself, and I watch the best at both sides, the best corners, the best receivers, particular opponents. I watch all that. I watch a lot of film in off season, just try to take my game from year to year.
In addition to changing teams, you got married this off season.
Yeah.
Kind of big changes in your life. Does it feel like just the slate's been wiped completely clean for you? And
My wife's happier, just newlywed. So I mean, she's not waiting for a ring anymore. So that's been a stress that's been taken off my shoulders. So that's definitely been a good thing about marriage, I guess.
Logan, you've been on a team with high expectations. This team's got a lot of expectations this year. A lot of the guys aren't used to that kind of thing. Is there something you kind of impart on those guys as to kind of keep level-headed going into the season?
Everybody has to have high expectations for themselves personally. It doesn't matter where I come from or anyone comes from. Obviously, we set our goals high, but in order to attain them, we need to do the work. And this team's concentrated and focused on doing the work. And when I came here, that's what I realized. It's a hard-working group. It's a group that's extremely focused. And like Coach Malarkey said, we had a pretty good OTAs each and every day, and we're trying to carry that to training camp. Beyond that, I think everyone's job right now is try to make the team and try to make the team better. So whatever that may be individually or team-oriented wise, whatever you got to do to show out in training camp and secure your spot, I think is everyone else's purpose right now.
anything else?
All good.
Thanks very much. See you tomorrow.
Thanks, Logan.
How's everybody doing today? Good? All right.
Brad, coach is calling the running activity you're doing today a fitness assessment, not a fitness test. You buy that?
Yeah, coach just messing with y'all. That's just it's a test. It's to see who's out of shape, man. You know, but
it's a test if you fail it.
Yeah, basically, because you have to do it again. You know, so but no, it's just a conditioning test. See who's out of shape, see who's in shape, and you know if you fail it, hey, you're gonna be doing that thing till you pass it. So it is what it is. Old school test.
You gonna break a sweat?
I'm good, man. Y'all know I've been working, man. So this easy for me.
You don't have you pushing cars or anything?
Nah, man. I'm done with that. Done with that. Messing up my joints and doing all that crap.
What's your mindset heading into the year? What do you think the team's mindset is?
The mindset is to come in here day one and work hard. You know, you're going to hear a lot of that from around myself and with other leaders on this team. We're going to, work extremely hard to get to where we want to get. We understand the expectations and everything out there, but we're not even paying attention to all that noise. You know, we know what we have at stake, but it all starts with us putting the work out there on the field today.
Think about the addition of Eric Walden to the group.
That's huge, man. I was just talking to him earlier. I'm excited. Just some more depth for our outside backers, a guy that's well known around this league, that Cobra strike that he likes to do. I'm excited. I already been preaching to Coach Mike about a package where we all out there. So see how that transpires.
You think he and Delaney kind of buried the hatchet?
Yeah, it's football. I seen them shaking hands as soon as Delaney walked in the building. It's football, you know. Stuff happens. I've been plenty of times where I got into altercations, and then right after the game is over with, it's all good. So it's football.
You say the Cobra strike he does. Is that a unique move, or is he just better?
Nah, that's just something. That's just something he's been doing for years. You know, once you study guys around the league, you know, he's just known for that Cobra strike. That's just this little inside thing we have. But I love the way he plays. You know, he's guys tremendous. Brings heat, added depth for our team. Something that we've been lacking here for years. So I'm extremely excited.
Last year, you guys seemed to enjoy flying under the radar and, jumping from 3 wins to 9. You mentioned expectations. Is that a good thing that people are paying attention to this franchise before the season starts?
It can be a good and a bad thing. The good thing is we finally get notoriety, and everybody, instead of being underrated guys are finally getting that recognition that they deserve. And then the bad thing, it can be because expectations and guys get complacent, guys get comfortable. So hopefully we're going to be, not hopefully, but we are going to be preaching to the young guys especially that don't buy into expectations, don't buy into predictions and, power rankings and all this other stuff that's going to go along with it. We got work to do, and it starts today.
Brian, you've been able to talk much with Kevin Dodd and kind of get an idea how he's coming along?
Yeah, I always get in contact with him throughout the offseason just to check up on him, make sure he's doing well. We'll see how healthy he's gonna be, but I know for a fact he's healthy. He's gonna be ready to go, but we'll see how the coaching staff is gonna treat him. But I'm excited about Dodd as well. Another big year for him. I know he's hungry. He wants to prove everybody wrong. I know we've been talking about that before. So it's another guy that I know can be very special in this league, and I know fans are excited to see him out there.
So you still see a lot of potential there?
Absolutely,
yeah.
Absolutely. You can't write a guy off on 1 year. I mean, that's ridiculous. Guy has tremendous talent. He's just been hit with the injury bug very early, all because of that rookie I don't know what it was, a rookie minicamp when he got hurt. Yeah, they need to just disregard that thing, man. That's crazy. But but just all seriousness, though, I'm excited about Dodd. He's a guy that's really going to contribute for our team.
You look like you've been in the weight room a couple of times. What do you think about the look of the new weight room?
I love it. I'm going to spend a lot of time in there. I love it. That's what happens when you win ball games and you have success. Things start to change. You start to bring that winning tradition, that winning pedigree to a team. And John Robinson, Coach Mike, has done a tremendous job with pitching to the owner to get a lot of changes around here, around the building, to give it that winning tradition, that winning feel. And I'm very excited about how they revamped the weight room, the training room, and things of that nature.
Thanks, sir.
Cool.
See you tomorrow.
Started, DeMarco?
Obviously, we've been off for a while since spring, and I think everybody's a little juiced up, ready to go. And obviously, it starts today with the conditioning test, and the fun part starts today and thereafter. So, a lot of us are very excited.
Good asking players. Coach this morning said that it wasn't a conditioning test; it was a conditioning assessment. Do you buy that?
No, not really. No, we'll see though. We'll see how it goes.
What'd you do this off season? Anything different to get prepared?
No, just I guess a little bit. I usually stay here the whole time and kind of work out, amongst a couple guys, maybe by myself. But went back home to Vegas this all season, trained with a couple high school, coaches that worked with me, obviously in my younger years, but just spent time with my family down there. Obviously, it's a lot more dry heat compared to this humidity here, but just it was obviously great just to go home, obviously spend time with my family and train down there with those guys.
Maybe because we hadn't seen you in a while, but you look like you put on a little upper body muscle. Is that something you've done, cognizant of?
No, I always just try to come in shape. Obviously, you want to be able to run all day, at this time, and just, obviously with the weights, you want to keep your weight up, and I think they have a weight for everyone, and I definitely try to, maintain that throughout the course of the season. So.
Were you up or down or anything? Are you roughly the same weight you were last
year? Same as I've been. Yep. I think obviously everyone's excited, just like, the first day everyone's excited throughout the whole NFL, but I think we know what we want to accomplish, and I think we have our eyes set on our goals, and, we're excited about that. We know it takes a lot of hard work, and we know that, it starts today with this day, and you can't look past, today, and I think it starts with, obviously the assessment test or whatever the case may be, but for us, just taking it one day at a time, concentrating and focusing, on ourselves and the Titans and going from there.
What do you think the ceiling is for this team?
I think it's high. I think it's up to obviously the coaching staff and the players to make each and every day count and, put our best foot forward and work hard. And, training camps, it's a grind. Everyone knows it mentally, physically. It demands a lot out of you. And I think that's where the toughest teams, the most physical teams, that's where they prepare their hardest, each and every day.
You led the AFC in rushing yards last year, maybe to another Pro Bowl. Are those individual goals that you seek to accomplish again?
I don't worry about those things. Never have, never will. I think, at the end of the year, you look back and, you lay it all on the line, and whatever happens, happens. And for me, it's always been about, team first. And, that's obviously, making a splash in our division and taking care of our business when it presents itself. So I think for me, it's just always just, team first, and, we'll accomplish some great things as a team, and whatever happens after that happens.
How much should the addition of guys like Decker and Davis and Taylor, John Smith help maybe the offense as a whole and maybe even the running game?
We'll find out. We'll find out. Those are 2, 3, 4 guys who had obviously Decker wasn't here. Those guys had a really good spring. Very impressed with the maturity of the rookie class this year. And, I thought they did well. They came in with a great attitude every day, ready to work, and not loud mouth guys. So I think, John and Mike, they did their due diligence as far as picking the right guys that fit in with this locker room and what we're trying to accomplish.
What are your expectations and attention do for this team? Because this is a team that's kind of been off the radar up until maybe the end of last year when you guys started making a push for playoff.
I think the expectations are high for us inside this building. Obviously there's noise outside of here, but we can't focus on that. We have to, focus on what we can control, and that's, taking it one day at a time, earning, the right to, play in the NFL and be a good team. So I think last year it, kind of got jump-started with a few of the wins that we had, but we know what we're capable of doing, and we just got to stick with that and continue to, work hard and go from there.
If there was an element of surprise at all last year for you guys, is that gone this year after what you did last year, the 9-7 mark, and beating some quality teams?
I think we're confident and capable of playing some really good football. And like I said, last year we were close to a lot of games that we didn't win, but we know what it takes to win those games that we lost, and the games that we won, that we weren't supposed to necessarily win. We know what we did throughout the course of the week and leading up to that game that helped us, accomplish that goal. But I think for us, it's all about just remaining the same, being the hungry team that we were a year ago as well as this year, and continue to fight and work hard. I think for us, the best thing we had was we had an unbelievable training camp, and we had a lot of great practices during the week throughout the course of the season that prepared us for Sundays.
Do you feel like this team is more confident, DeMarco? Sorry.
Huh? Which one?
Do you feel like this team is more confident collectively than a year ago?
I wouldn't necessarily say that. I think in this league, in this business, you have to be confident individually and collectively. So I think for us, We've added some new pieces, but it's always competition. It's always going to be there throughout the course of the league. But for us, we know that we have a really good team, and we got to prove it. It's easily said, but it takes a lot to get to where we want to get to.
The running backs' production dips when they hit 30. From your perspective, have you seen that in guys, and how concerned are you that it's not that far off for you now?
I haven't seen it. Like I said, you think of some of the great running backs. They played well, into their 30s. So, I pride myself on taking care of my body. Not just during the season, but yearly. And I know what it takes to, withstand a full, 16-game stretch, in this league. And it's a grind, but I enjoy it. I embrace it, and I'm excited about it.
Evidence suggests it's tough too for a running back a year after a big workload to handle the equal workload. We didn't really get a chance to see that in play during your Philly year when you didn't get as many carries. You confident that you can kind of build on what you did last year, and that for you is not going to be an issue?
Yeah, I'm very confident in my abilities and my work ethic to make sure I'm physically prepared to withstand whatever they want. Whatever they ask me to do here. Hopefully it's a lot more, and we'll see from there.
What extent does Derrick Henry push you?
Honestly, there's never a player or anyone that pushes me more than I push myself. Obviously, he's a really good young back, and he has a lot of skill sets that he'll play for a long time. He'll have a lot of success in this league. But every day when I come in here, I'm not competing with him or anyone else. I'm competing with myself, and just trying to become a better version of myself daily, and help out him as long as the other running backs as much as I can, and make sure that when they turn the film on, it's hard for them to take me off the field, and that's what you want to do. You want to make plays whenever you're presented with that opportunity.
Does his presence help you in any way, either giving you a chance, for a breather on the field?
Oh yeah, of course. For a guy like that, I would say every year I've had, really, even in Dallas, I would always try to stay longer because I didn't trust the second string guy or maybe the third string guy to come in and have a complete drop-off. But for him, I know I can, boom, hey, give me a breather. I know he'll, pick up the slack and do well for us. So, that definitely helps me mentally.
In retrospect, do you take pride in leading the AFC in rushing yards? Do you take pride in having the third-ranked rushing attack in the NFL, all that good stuff? I know it's looking backward, not forward, but...
I think at the end of the year, you take a look and you see, the physicality that, starts with the offensive line. You see how hard those guys work, throughout the course of the year. And obviously that's definitely prideful, and that's something that you definitely you have a lot of respect for and you're happy about. But being third or second, we want to be the first, we want to be the most physical team ever. And we want to, it all starts with those guys up front, so, we go as far as they take us.
Haven't practiced with the pads on yet, but what are your thoughts on Califani, what you've seen out of him?
I think he's a speed guy. Obviously he's a very shifty guy, mobile guy, and he's someone that brings something different to our running back room. So, obviously the patch, we'll see how he does.
This the best offensive line in the NFL? There's been some talk about, all 5 starters coming back, what you accomplished a year ago.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll find out. We'll see.
Good.
Thank you.
Thanks. That's it for players.